welcome everybody back. This next step, what you should have that by now is you should have the yellow completed. You have all your bottom two rows completed, and then you have your whites completed. This next step I like to call this one headlights. Headlights would mean that these two steps right here, so I got a little paintbrush here and here is what we're looking at to be the same color. That is what our main focus on, to have these two be the same color. And doesn't look like we have any here. Let's see if we have any. Nope, none there. And looks like we have two here. Now it's a plus because we have a full row. So excuse me, what we want to do now is we want to get that completed already, because if it's gonna help us out, that'd be great. But typically you will not have a full side completed, but in this case we do. Fine, we'll go with it, but we're not really worried about here. We're worried about is the headlights. That's what we want. So in this particular case, what we want to do is, if you happen to have the headlights or a full row, this side will now move to the back. Okay, we want anything full, complete, or headlights, we want it to move back here. So let's do that. Let's get this red and let's move them back there. So the red's back here and we're facing this way. So now what we want to do here is find more headlights. Sometimes you'll find that this mover here will actually solve the Rubik's Cube, but that's not really what we're looking for. What we really want is headlights everywhere. We want headlights to appear everywhere. Okay, so we have this one already with headlights, so that one's gonna move to the back. So we got red back here. All right, so follow me in this step, and first thing we're gonna do is we're going to move this row. We're going to go down, around one time, down again, and now it gets a little tricky here because now this back row here is going to flip 1, 2. We're going to come back to the front, and now this time we're going to go up. We're going to flip it. We're going to go down, and we're going to go to the back again, but this time we're going to go that way. 1, 2. And our whites over here, of course, where do we want our white? We want our white at the bottom, so we're going to go 1, 2. And like I said, sometimes this move will solve the Rubik's Cube. It looks like it solved the blue for us this time. Took our red out, but we do have our headlights. Our headlights are everywhere. And if you remember earlier, I always said you want headlights to the back. In this particular case, for the next and final step, if we have headlights, we want them to the back. If you have a completed side, which that overrides and that supersedes it, you will want your completed side to the back. So practice this move. It's a little tricky, but I do want to show you. I do have a little drawing I made for this move, and then I'll show you the final drawing for the next move. So I'm not sure if you can see it all here. Let me see if I can kind of back it up a little bit for you. It's kind of long. I think you should be able to see it from there. Might be able to pause it right here and maybe copy it. I'll leave it here for a few seconds. So I call this move the headlights. So there we go. See if you guys can see that better. And practice it a little bit, and you guys are on your way to the final step. So if you've made it this far, if you've got the yellow completed, you got your headlights everywhere, this side's completely done, lucky for us, which a lot of times one side will be completely done, almost every time. You have both rows done and your whole white's done. You guys are on your way to the final step. you've gotten this far, you guys are doing amazing. Super job. You guys are awesome. And stay tuned, and we will solve the cube in this next and final step. So stay with me. And remember, subscribe so you guys can get any updates. We also will do updates on music. We're going to do some pranks on people. We're going to do all kinds of fun stuff in this channel. It's not just Rubik's Cube. We do all kinds of stuff. We got some cooking stuff coming up, cooking channels. We got all kinds of fun stuff going on. But right now, this is going to be our baby. This is what we're focusing on. Stay tuned.